Hi, everybody. I'm Blake Cabot. I am the owner of facepaint.com. I am here with the fabulous Dutch uh, siren of face painting. And she is taught at the FabaTV, the International Face Painting School, Olga School. She's done a lot of things. She's going to, matter of fact, be teaching a webinar for us coming up. And that is going to be on September 17th. And so we're going to be teaching animal face painting, professional techniques, and tips. So Mara is, we're going to be, it happens to be her birthday. So, and she's doing birthday design. So you're going to get, it's going to have real passion. So very excited about this. I will sing happy birthday now. So just to warn you, should you not want to hear this, just turn the sound down. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mara. Happy birthday to you. Okay, there we go.
Thank you so much.
Uh, and so I don't have a good singing voice. No comments, please.
Well, you're not on
It's
Facebook yet, so maybe that helps.
no, I'm on Facebook, I think. Oh dear
No,
Lord.
not yet.
Oh, good. Oh no, no, I'm afraid we are. Oh,
Ah,
Facebook didn't
okay.
happen. Oh, wow. I'll turn it back off and I'll turn it back on. Hang on, maybe that'll work.
Maybe that work.
Yeah. Okay, good. It was on YouTube, so at least it's there. Anyway, perfect.
Good.
So Amara, take it away.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, well, on my birthday, maybe it's good to do some birthday designs. And then we talked about it. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, but what are birthday designs? We get to paint a lot on birthdays, of course, but what are actually birthday designs? And then I was thinking, like, okay, maybe some cupcakes, maybe, or balloons, or so we're gonna do a couple of those things today. And I'm so excited. But please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or maybe some ideas. Then we get to incorporate them. And I'm gonna try and see.
Okay.
Um,
I will
just
turn off the main camera,
yeah,
and so we're just seeing the board. There we go.
yeah, good, good. Okay. Um, we're gonna start with a balloon design, and I'm gonna start with taking up a filbert brush. I mostly use the little drop from Silly Farm. Blake sells them as well,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna use the Craze one. Glow is this one, and I'm gonna use the pink from this one. So I'm gonna load up my brush. It's a little bit wet. It's a nice bright pink neon color. And I'm gonna start with the big balloon in the middle. So over here, kind of, it's a circle, but it's a bit of a tapered circle. So more like an egg shape, upside down. So on top, it's a little bit wider than it is at the bottom. I hope you guys are painting with me because that's gonna be the speed of this class. You can be painting along if you want it.
Sure.
You don't have to make screenshots all the time to keep up. Okay, I'm working a little bit at an angle, so I think that's kind of okay. Okay, and while I have this color in my brush, I'm gonna paint one over here as well, a little bit smaller. Like that, it doesn't have to be precise because we're gonna do some line work, and then about here.
Hi, Emily.
Everyone already in.
Georgiana says, "Happy birthday, Mara."
Ah, thank you so much. Okay, so that's the pink for now. No, maybe wait. Let's put some little triangles underneath. Again, it doesn't have to be precise, but just do a little triangle thingy. So we have some place for the string to come out of later on.
And that looks like a what craze split cake is that?
It is. It's glow.
Glow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to pick up another filbert brush. And this time we're going to use another split cake from Craze as well. Ooh, can you see it? Yeah.
Yep.
And this one is the Trill.
Yep. Angela Scott says happy birthday. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you
YouTube people, that you missed my great rendition of happy birthday.
It was awesome.
But you can replay that on YouTube.
And we're gonna just pick up the green from this split cake.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of a neon vibe. So, and we're gonna put some more balloons. I'm gonna put 4, and I'm gonna create just a little bit more to the big balloon. Yeah, over there. And I'm gonna put one on the side, kind of. On the real face, this is gonna look better, right? Because on the board, it's flat. But you guys know what I'm going for. And then one over here as well. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. But I am gonna go for a little bit of a symmetrical vibe. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna pick up a round brush, number 5. This is a Marcella Bustamante blazing brush. You can also pick up a number 4. Doesn't really matter that much. And on my practice board, the pink is already kind of dried up, so I can paint over it. And I'm gonna pick just one color from this one. Later on, we're gonna use the other colors, but now I'm just gonna use the dark red color. Gonna load it. And it looks almost brownish if it's still dry, but it turns into this nice, I think it's called kind of like a burgundy color. Okay. And I'm gonna use it to create shadows in the balloon. So I'm gonna do a thin to thick shadow like that. Picked up a little of the pink paint. Okay, a little bit over here. Then some shadow on this side. Can you still see? Mm-hmm. Just making sure my hand is not in the way for you guys to see it. And on the, yeah, you can still see. Okay, so these look like blobs still, but that's gonna be okay. And then I'm gonna paint like a circle over here where I want later on I want a mouth to be over there. It's not gonna stay a circle, but that's all I need for now. And then we're gonna create 2 oval shape. It's not really a circle, it's more like an oval over here for some cheeks later on. Like that. Okay, that's all the dark red, pink we're gonna need for now. And we can use the same brush, or you can use a different one if you like that. With this cake, this is the Craze Meadow. Oh, I didn't show this one, I think. This one is called Deep Love. That's the one with the burgundy color.
Okay.
Deep Love from Craze. And this one is the Meadow we're going to use right now. And we're going to use the dark green color from this one. I like to use these colors for these kind of things, and the colors on the outside for these things as well, because it makes me use my split cake even more evenly. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to do the same for the green. So some shadow on the outside. And over here as well. And some here. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna pick a smaller brush, like a liner. I'm using a number 2 from, this is a Lower Cornell, but King's Art, kinda. And I'm gonna pick up from this Fusion palette. I'm gonna pick up blue, this one, actually. I think you sell these too, right, Blake, at the Face Paint shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Facepaint.com, yeah.
Facepaint.com. So this color in the palette I'm going to use a couple of colors from this palette today. But I like this one because it's not too light, so it will still be good and visible, but it's not that heavy a color, so it will dominate the whole design. Okay. And we're gonna go around the balloon and do some line work. And try to keep your touch light, so not too heavy line. It doesn't have to be really consistent, but try to keep it light. So no thick lines. That's why you want to use kind of a smaller brush. So if you are a little bit more heavy-handed, you might want to use a even smaller brush. This is a number 2. Maybe you want to use a liner brush or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna be in the way of the camera for a little bit, but you guys can probably see where I'm going, doing the other side of the balloon. And I'm using some pretty fierce lights to get this all on camera for you guys. So my paint dries out a little bit faster than it will on your board, probably. Okay. Let's go around these balloons as well. These are smaller, so a little bit easier to go around because you can keep your wrist in the same place. So you have some more control. That helps. This is a pretty big board, but I assure you it can be done on a child's face as well. I did it on a little board as well. It's like half of this board, like the Cats and Z boards. They are like a smaller size, like half of this one. This one helps for teaching because then you can more easily see all the details. But on the smaller child's face is also possible to create these. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit in the way because it's on this side. Oop. And my brush is going all kinds of ways right now. As they do sometimes. That's just what it is.
And what brushes are you using? Low Cornell?
This is a Lower Cornell, yeah. So kind of like King's Art.
Yeah, exactly. So you're hanging on to those
Yeah.
forever? Got it.
Yeah, I'm using all kinds of brushes. But tonight I'm also only using brushes that you actually sell. So you guys know where to buy all of this,
Yeah.
all of these products. Because I do use some Dutch brands as well, but then they're only in the Netherlands. You do sell some pretty some Dutch brands as well. That's pretty awesome. Okay. I'm gonna create a little wiggly thing underneath a balloon in the center, but I'm gonna do it quite deliberately because I don't want too much of a to make it look too squiggly. So kind of making it look like it's a snake going outward, but then making it a little bit smaller and then going down. So I'm not going like wide and short and wide again. I'm doing it kind of deliberately. So this is the widest point because it's in the middle. And that's why you want to put it like this. I hope you guys understand it like that. If you have any questions, please let us know. Okay. And then on this side, no, let me start on this side. I'm gonna drag all of these squiggly lines to the corner of the eye. So I'm gonna try to be kind of deliberate with that as well, but it's less. Just make sure that these are going to that side. If you're doing this on a real face, then these lines don't have to cross the eyebrow because you're going around the eyebrow. But because this is a board, we don't have the room for it. But then you can keep the half moon shape around the eyebrow and it will look pretty. Okay, same thing on the other side. So this is kind of, I'm doing what I'm telling you not to do. So let's say I did that on purpose.
That is the key to parenting, right there.
Right.
If you
Okay, so
told
I
them what
did
you
it
actually
three of
did, that would never work.
yeah. So that's what I mean. If you make this is wider than these are. So this looks like I'm doing one thing for a bit and then something else for a bit and then the first thing again. And that doesn't look as well as it would if I would create the same distance. So good opportunity to explain. And then show what it would be like. Yeah. Okay. Again, so don't go through the eyebrow, please. Go around it. Okay. And while I still have this paint on my brush, I'm gonna also use it to create some lines underneath the eyes to incorporate it in the design. And I'm gonna leave a little space for some white in between. And what I'm gonna do is create kind of like a squiggle for each one. So I'm gonna do, no, I'm not sure if you can see it like that. And I'm gonna move my brush in a little bit of a wiggly way and get it to a point close to the eye. And I'm gonna make it smaller and smaller so we have enough space in the corner of the eye. Okay, same thing over here. So we're gonna start with these squiggly lines. And then make it smaller and smaller. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like that. Okay. You can actually use the same brush to create what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna pick up some black because if we're gonna do this with the blue, it doesn't read that well. Because it's too light to create a face. I'm gonna create a face on the balloon. Oh, this is actually a DFX Black. Most of you will know this brand.
A fine Dutch brand.
Yes, totally.
Have you ever been to Willem's factory?
No, I haven't. I would love to go.
Willem's a great guy. You should go.
Yeah, I should. Okay, and we're gonna create a face, and let me start with the mouth so you guys know where to put the eyes later on. I'm gonna create a smiley mouth, and I'm gonna create a crooked grin because it looks cute. So I'm gonna start with a U shape, but then one side of the U gets all the way up to the cheek. Like that. You guys can see right here. It's drying so fast. It's kind of hot in here in the Netherlands as well. I'm not sure what the temperature is where all of you are from, but
All over. It's all over.
yeah, it's
It's
summer
perfectly
right here.
pleasant in Northwest Connecticut, but I can't tell you where it is. What it is in Phoenix. It's probably hotter.
This is another U shape, just connecting to the other one. But because it's summer here, my paint dries out faster, so I have to reload a little bit more than you guys probably have to. And then I'm gonna create this, yeah, like N shape, this curve the other way, like a rainbow curve, to create a smile line. Okay, and right now you see this red dot in the middle. I'm gonna use it to create a tongue, and I'm gonna do that by creating kind of like a crooked M. And then I'm gonna fill in these gaps. And then I'm still left with a red tongue. Okay, and then we're gonna create 2 eyes, and the eyes are gonna be on top, above the cheeks, and we're gonna create like a wavy shape, so you can see.
Two comments. I noticed that King Art has more Sharpie point than a low Cornell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And Emily asks if you use additional light. If you use additional light, it can also influence your paint's drawing process a lot. Well,
Yeah,
that's absolutely
it
right.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. And then combined with warm the temperature in the room because of the weather,
Yeah.
doesn't help.
And Margie says it's 75 degrees in Columbus, Ohio. So that's
Okay.
about what it is here too.
I'm always confused with the degrees because we use
Yeah,
Celsius.
you use the real Celsius thing. We don't do that.
Yeah, but I'm not that great in
Fahrenheit.
no, in how to
It's like
change the Celsius
multiply.
to Fahrenheit.
You multiply it times 2, add a little, and add 35.
Okay. Okay.
So another way of saying it is we're like 15 degrees, something. Is that right?
15?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be pretty cold.
Cold. Okay. 15 is probably too low then.
Not sure.
75 in Celsius.
But not like freezing cold, but it's still
24 degrees.
okay. Yeah, that's nice.
It's 97 in Arizona. Wow. I have to
I'm
translate.
glad it's not like that in here.
It's 36 degrees in Arizona right now.
Okay.
Which sounds chilly to me and doesn't sound chilly to you.
Okay, so now we've created a face. I see my red is turned a little bit blotchy, but I think on camera it's okay, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's create some highlights as well. I'm gonna use number 3. It is.
Okay.
It's true that the King's Art are a little bit different from the Lower Cornell. So use whatever kind of brush you like. I like these ones, and I use them because I've already got them. So yeah, why not use them? But I have a lot of ones that are lovely to use as well. So yeah, you can use which one you like. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some whites. It's also the DFX white, the waxy white. So yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna create some highlights. Okay, and I'm gonna start on a big balloon. Gonna create like a circle over there, and then create a highlight. And I'm gonna do the same on the little balloons. So a circle with a kind of like a teardrop, right? So like that. I'm always using kind of like the lights coming from that angle, like the sun is here and shining like that. Because somebody once told me that it is a good thing to use the light source from one perspective so you don't get confused on the job. So that's what I'm doing. I know the sun is mostly above us, so this is not actually the way the world works, but it works for face painting. So yeah, that works for me. Some of my face painting idols might disagree with me on this. I know. It's not always the right way, but it works for this. It's not a realistic thing, this. Okay, and I'm gonna use it to create some highlights on the string as well, but just on the upper parts of it. So really just a little bit and just tiny lines.
Emily says, cute, great tip.
Thank you. Okay, and then on the string on this side as well, I'm gonna highlight the same parts. So it kind of looks, it's not symmetrical like that. Don't make them too thick because then it will be a little bit too much, too dominant. Okay, and while I still have the white, I'm gonna create a little bit of a highlight on the outside of the balloon as well, but just a little bit. So I'm gonna start with a thin line. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but later on with the other balloons you can. And I'm not gonna go all around. I'm just gonna do it on that side. it's easier, right? For if you just do it on one side, then it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can play with it a little. If you have to do it all around the balloon, then it takes much more work to create something that looks good. Because then you have to have a really steady hand. I do most of the times, but sometimes, yeah, on the job, sometimes you want to be quick, and then it's way easier if you don't have to be perfect all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good tip in life as well.
Emily Painter says, great tip about the light and cute design. Oh, no, sorry. Okay. I think I got it, Emily. Sorry.
Great tip on?
About the way you do lighting.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna use the white as well to create something in beneath these blue stripes. I'm gonna put a dot and then kind of like a teardrop as well in. So kind of like I'm drawing the letter I. Ooh. And I want some points, but my brush isn't working with me right now. Probably because I'm trying to keep out of the camera, but it doesn't really work like that. Don't try to push your brushes. I try to do that, and then it doesn't work, which is not weird at all, but don't do it on a job. You want to drag your brush, not push it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like that. Of course, you can paint lips if you want to, but this can also be kind of a boy design. I would kind of change this once for a boy design.
Sure.
But otherwise, and maybe the colors, you can use different colors, of course. But this is the first design.
Okay, let me take a screenshot. Everybody take a screenshot.
Please do.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good.
One thing I want to let everybody know, this is we're going to be trying. I'm going to shake things up a little. So we're going to be moving to Zoom only webinars from here on out. So we're not gonna be doing it on Facebook and YouTube. And I'll put an announcement out tomorrow. But I just want to let you guys know since you're regulars. And it's still free. You still can come to Zoom. It's just going to be we're going to try to make it a little more interactive. We'll ask you what designs you want to do. We sort of did an experiment with this time, and we did some cupcakes and birthdays. You're going to see some more stuff like that. And so there's anyway, we're excited about it. We'll see if it works. So we always change our mind if we don't like it because we've done that before.
Okay. Next design.
What white were you using? Sorry, I missed a question. DFX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna start with the next design, and this is gonna be a cupcake, and we're gonna pick up a sponge, any sponge you like, and I'm gonna start with some yellow. This one is from the palette from Fusion, but you can use any yellow you like. Make sure it's kind of like a sunny yellow, so not too pastel. How do you call it? Yeah, not too light.
Pastel.
Yeah. And we're going to use it to create kind of a mask design. So we're going to do the inside. And then underneath the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Okay. And then I leave the outer corners open. So
And we've got about 25 minutes left.
Good. I always take longer for my first design because then we have to talk a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like that. And then I'm actually going to use the other side of my sponge to pick up the second color. depending on what you like on a job. You don't have to, of course, but and I'm gonna use this color. This is actually from Chameleon, but it's kind of like the same color as the Fusion palette.
Could very well be.
Yeah, kind of like. Not the same. This one is the Bollywood. I know a lot of people love this color. So Chameleon, it really works well. For lips as well, it's awesome color. Okay, this is bright, right? So we're not going to put it all over, just a little bit on the outside. And then we're going to blend with the other side of the sponge. And most of the times on these boards, it's pretty tricky to blend it well. But maybe it will work. Yeah, still a bit wet, but that's okay. It will dry. Okay, kind of like that. I think it's a little bit more. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. And then, yeah, we're gonna sponge a little bit more, but now we're gonna pick up the green color from the same palette from Fusion. This is the bright green, so don't pick a too dark or green. And make sure this doesn't blend with your pink color, because it won't work.
Okay.
These are great colors next to each other, but not good for blending.
Mary Ann Fitzgerald loves the colors.
Good. And keep a gap open in the middle, because that's where the cupcake will come. Okay. And then use the other side of the sponge to pick up a little bit of the yellow again. And we're gonna put, oh, that's too wet. Just a little bit on top of that as well. Okay, this is a little crooked. Ooh. That works. I do the same thing on the kids. Just wipe it off again. No, it is. It's different. You're painting at an angle right here. Okay, it's still a bit crooked, but okay, we'll make it work. Okay, now we're gonna paint. We're gonna take, yeah, let's take a flat round brush. Doesn't actually matter. This may be a bit too small. Let's take a bit bigger, like a 5. And I'm gonna take some yellow. You can actually see I used it for something like a pink or something. Okay.
Hello,
And
Argentina.
we're gonna create like this trapeze, yeah, for like a cupcake, you know, so like a trapeze shape. A little bit more smooth underneath. Is it still? It's still pretty crooked. Yeah, that works, I guess. Okay. And let's keep it at that for now. It has to dry. We're going to pick up this same spit cake as I used on the other one, but now we're going to use the other colors. This is the Deep Love from Craze. And we're going to pick up whichever one you like. I use a pretty big long angle brush from Blazing Brush right now, the 5/8, but a little bit smaller could also work if you have a lot of difficulty turning the brush. But let's load this up. Maybe pick a little bit of the burgundy up as well. And we're going to create some swirls for the frosting of the cupcake. And we're going to, you guys can see, right? Yeah. Okay, we're going to basically keep the this point on the same place and just turn it and then turn it all the way like that. Hope you guys understand. And we're going to do this movement a couple of times. So I'm going to start here, but then at an angle, so I can still see the white from this one. Oh, this is still a bit damp. You can see it's leaking into my other paint because it was still wet. But it's okay. We're going to use the outline to correct it.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to do the same movement, but then the other way around. So keep the small part. And you can drag it a little so it comes on top.
Hello, Brownsville, Texas.
Hi there. Thank you for joining. And then now we're going to go a little bit inside, but we're going to do the same movement again. So start with your outer point on the outer part of the white and then make the same turn.
Funny faces, you are not wrong. It's more difficult to paint on the practice board sometimes because it doesn't absorb the same as it does on the skin. True enough.
It really can be. Yeah, it can be tricky. Okay, and we're going to do this movement once more just over here. And let's create a pretty point so we can put a cherry on top later. Okay, like that. It will dry. Okay, and now let's pick up, I think there's no numbers on this one anymore, it's old. But it's also kind of like a King's Art, but a number 4 brush. And I'm gonna use this Bollywood color again. You must be wondering what happened here. I used to use this to make a flower petal. So it looks a bit weird, but it's okay. Nothing weird going on with the paint.
No, nothing weird going on with the paint.
Okay. This is a pretty big brush, actually. So you could also use number 3. If you like. Try to find whichever one you prefer. And we're gonna, oh no, yeah, maybe, not sure. Should I do that? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna outline this one. And I'm actually gonna go with a curved line and then to a thin point, and I'm not gonna connect those later on. So thin to thick to thin, kind of, not that thin, but that's okay. And then here as well, but just keep them separated. Can make them look a little bit more dynamic. And we're gonna go kind of like a little bow and then flick it a little in, but not that much. So, yeah, it's a bit tricky there. Let me correct that just a little bit. I don't like that. So a little bow, flick in, a little bow, flick in, and a little bow. Okay, and now let's outline these parts as well. And we're gonna go around and then slightly curve in to a thin point. You see I'm going just a bit more downward like I did with the split cake. I did more like a straight line with the split cake, but then with the lining, I'm just gonna go a little bit inward.
Okay.
And the same with the others. Okay, and then on top, we're actually gonna use a different brush for now. Gonna pick up some red, kind of.
Funny Faces says, I have my trusty low Cornell brushes from when I started 12 years ago. Yep. Don't give them up because you can't get them again.
I bought them both then when they
good
went
quality
out.
supplies are made to last. It's true.
Yes.
And hello, a fellow face painter in Suriname, South America. Hello, Suriname.
Oh. Okay, I put a little cherry, but it's still wet, so we're not going to outline it for now. And
what is the cake name she used on the cupcake frosting? And also, what is the brush size?
On the cupcake frosting, it's Deep Love.
Okay.
From France.
Yeah.
And what was that?
What brush size did you use?
Yeah, I used a big one, actually. I think it's a number 4. But if you're not that sure of your line work, then maybe use a number 3.
Okay.
And now we're gonna go in with some other colors. We're actually gonna use the same blue we used on the other design from the palette as well. And this is a number 3 round brush. And we're doing this in between so everything here can kind of dry up. And we're gonna create 5 shapes. Like that. They're gonna be candles. So you know what to do with it. You can curve them a little alongside of the brow. And we're gonna create 5 on each side. You see,
Valerie says, first time using my sponges. It's going well.
Good. That's good news.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's put 5 on the other side as well. So try to kind of go along with the brow. I'm seeing I'm not doing everything that's symmetrical, but that's okay. It's quite difficult today. I'm not sure why.
It's your birthday. No one should badmouth you on your birthday.
Can't make any mistakes on your birthday, right?
No one's going to call you on them. Not me, anyway. No, not me.
Not to my face, at least.
Exactly.
Okay. And we're going to use the same color to create some teardrops. Maybe 3. Oh, wait. Okay, kind of looks okay. Okay, and we're going to create some dots like I did with the other design, to incorporate this part of the face.
Ksenia loves it.
Good.
And Chicolina 1705 says happy birthday.
Thank you.
There we go.
We're going to pick up the same green. And I'm gonna put it on a spot where I said you shouldn't blend these colors. So I have to make sure that it's thick enough on my brush so it doesn't blend, or I have to go over it once more, but and we're gonna create these circles. Because I don't want these to go into the pink. Then it will become some kind of brownish color. Okay. And while I still have some green, you can correct the lines a little bit if you want to. I'm not sure if you need to, but you can. Okay.
Awesome. Let me take a screenshot.
Then we can take some orange. I'm actually picking up the wrong color.
We're not done yet. Mary says, happy birthday. What a great way to spend your birthday. Have a great one.
Yeah, I think so too. Blake was like, no, it's your birthday. You shouldn't do a webinar on that day. And I was like, yeah, let's celebrate together, right? That's good.
Yep.
Okay, let's put some flames on top of these candles. They don't have to actually have to touch the, I think it's called a wick.
Yep.
So paint them around blue.
Fresh and Funky Faces says happy birthday. Kim says late, but made it. Glad to be able to catch the end. Happy birthday, Mara.
Thank you.
Ksenia says the best brush brand in your opinion. Everybody loves Low Cornell. Just sadly, it's out of business. So outside of Low Cornell, what's your favorite brush brand? Brand. Woof.
I really like Marcela Bustamante's brushes.
Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah, she does. And what are these called again? From Aliyah. I like those too.
Okay.
Okay, so some candles. And while I have some orange on my brush, I'm gonna create some dots in here. It looks better on a real face, gotta admit. Okay. Now let's finish this design with a little cute face.
Okay, we got about 7 minutes.
I know, let's finish it up.
Okay, perfect. Sally says happy birthday. Twice.
Thank you. So we're gonna create a face again, and I'm gonna use the black for it, so it will pop a little bit more. I'm gonna use a different brush. That's a number 2 brush, because it's pretty small in here. And I'm gonna use the DFX black again. And I'm gonna create a smile again. Just like last time, create a little tongue in between.
I love my magic wand flat brushes. The handle is ergonomic. I'm glad you liked them.
Good.
Fresh and Funky Faces says happy birthday.
Thank you. So that's a smiley one. Okay. And let's outline the cherry as well. Gonna use a bit of a darker color. So I'm gonna use from this palette again, gonna use the purple one. Kind of gives us gives off the same vibes as the other one, but if I put them together, you can see it's actually really more of a purple. And let's put a little stem in there as well. And let's use this color to give this cake some feet. Just really simple shapes. Don't have to do much. It's drying up fast. And some little hands. Just stick figure hands, guys. You don't need to do much. But it's happy because it's a birthday.
It is. As Emily say, today's design theme was chosen for a reason. Happy birthday.
Okay, now let's put some highlights to finish up this design. Using the same white again from the effects. Because it's a waxy white, and that's great for highlights. You could also use a wool or any other kind of waxy white. Kind of like the same kind of highlight like the balloons, right? So a dot and then a twist. But for the rest of it, I'm not going to put dots because it's creamy, so it's not reflective. And then let's put some highlights on the candles and the flames as well. I know this is not realistic, putting a highlight in a flame, but I liked it a little bit.
Mary says, thank you so much. Terry says, adorable. I think she's talking about the drawing.
Okay, you can put a little highlight on the tongue. You don't have to, but you can. Make sure it doesn't look like teeth. And by dapping my finger on it, I make it a little bit less bright. Okay, and let's put some dots in between these dots. Or in these dots, actually, on top of those. And create some dots in here as well.
Lavia Caroline says, thank you for sharing. Bon anniversaire from France.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Okay. Did I forget anything? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So this is the second finished design, guys.
Okay, hang on. Let me get a nice screenshot of that. There we go. Okay, great.
I will actually share on my socials. I will share a third design that you guys can look at. And if you have any questions about that, then please let me know. I will show you. And also just a little reminder that I'm also still, you're still able to sign up for the masterclass on September 17th. It's all about animal designs, and I'm not so much going to teach just designs, but I'm going to show you how to create your own designs, because that's a pretty difficult thing to do. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to make that possible for yourself.
Okay,
So
that will be awesome.
yeah,
And so thank you very much, Mara. Thank you for doing this, all guys. And again, next time we're going to have Linnea, and let me get the list of people we're going to have. So we're going to have Linnea doing, I think, boy Halloween designs. What are we doing? I forgot. I never remember. It's girl Halloween designs, exact opposite of that. So that'll be September 1st, 2 p.m. To 3 p.m. And then we're going to have, and that's going to be Zoom only. So that is not going to be on the various social media platforms. And then we're going to have corresponding hand designs with Laura Panic after that. And that will be September 15th, 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And that again will be Zoom only. Okay. Well, thank you very much,
yay.
everybody. Thank you very much, Mara. Happy birthday. And we
Thank you
really
so
appreciate you spending this time.
much.